when you ask the other people for help, they'll explain it to you, which sort of it repeats it to you again, so you remember that. And then when you ask the teacher as well, then it sort of refreshes in your mind again, so you remember it again. And the more you go over it with all the different people, because you're able to talk to them about it, the more you remember it. And I've realised since coming to this school, my grades have got better, and I genuinely think it's because of the amount of times you're able to talk to other people in the lessons. And even at like break times and lunch times, people will still be talking about the lessons, so you're still able to just always refreshing it. And like, you have revision groups in the school that everyone will come together and you'll do big activities together where you all work through it, and if one person doesn't understand it, the rest will explain it to them, so it's also sort of refreshing in their minds when the people are explaining it, like what it actually is. And I just think it all adds up, and then when you finally get to the exams or the evaluations or whatever are happening, you feel a lot more secure in your knowledge and yourself, so it sort of comes across with better grades and stuff.
Co-operative learning is often misunderstood. People often think it's just group work, but it's where children are really, or adults, are really working together to support each other's learning. That's important that's begun very early in children's school education.
Stand up, pair up, please. Stand up, pair up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now think back to last week. We decided on 3 reasons that make a planet a planet. So in your pairs you've got 30 seconds to explain your 3 reasons what makes a planet a planet. Off you go.
So if you're developing cooperative learning, teachers need to understand that there are steps or stages to do that. One of the first steps that they need to do is to develop the right classroom environment or ethos, so that children feel not threatened, not worried, and that they are free to cooperate, where they feel it's a real community that they can work in.
Each member of your group is going to work on a different set of questions that piece the evidence together. Then you are going to bring your questions together as a group and share your ideas, so that individually you can come up with your own conclusion. Should Pluto be a planet? Okay, you've got to decide based on the evidence that you bring together as a group. Okay?
And the next step then is to begin to develop skills, starting with some really basic skills, such as what we call active listening, being a really good listener, listening to a peer, a partner, of course the teacher as well. The next step is that teachers start to develop paired work, so they work with a partner in the classroom. In that way, every child has a chance to participate, not the teacher asks a question and a few children raise their hands and answer. Every child talks to their partner and then they share their responses.
You can use cooperative learning techniques and pedagogy in any school. I don't think you have to be restricted to being in a cooperative school to use those learning approaches. I think what gives the cooperative school an advantage, though, is that everything in the school is predicated on those values. So everything in the school is built upon those values. So it makes it more powerful, because it's not just about the learning that goes on in the classroom, it's also about the ethos of the school, it's about the mentality of the staff, it's about the mentality of the students.
You can write the answers, share information in your group, write the answers around where the questions are. Then by the end of it, when you share it, you should have kind of got an answer for every question.
Why cooperation and teaching cooperation is crucially important. It's about the ability of people, however wise and clever and skillful they are as individuals, to be able to work with others. And I think one of the most sophisticated skills, if you've actually got real cooperation, is the ability to work not just with your mates, but to be able to work with people you don't know particularly well, who have a completely different set of interests to you. You may not even like at a personal level, but you have the ability to work with towards a common goal.
People know how to be individually competitive, but how to be socially cooperative is a different art. After all, in people's private lives, they're within competition the whole time in capitalist society. They don't need to learn about that. They know about it in the job market. But how to create cooperatives is a different thing. So that I would say in the main function of a school will be how to teach effective cooperation.